Hi, Internet. Remember us?
Hey, Joe.
Hey!
Congratulations.
What did I do?
Episode 10. We made it. And with us, as promised, for our solo episode, Sal Malazzo from the Sparrow Film Project.
So yeah, episode 10, talking about Solo, a Star Wars story, I believe is the full title. And what are we playing with?
Friendship bracelets!
And now we're just 7-year-old girls, because there's nothing better than a bunch of old bearded white men acting like little girls.
As always, we're going to be covering every single spoiler. All of them.
I don't have a joke for this one right now.
That's okay.
Darth Maul. There you go. Happy birthday.
And as always, not always, as usually, we're going to time this mess.
And what are we all drinking today?
Dr. Pepper.
Oh, beer.
Joe, what are you drinking?
I'm drinking my favorite cocktail, the old pint of wine. Just like Mom used to make.
Right before bedtime every night?
Some people are read a bedtime story. I got the old pint of wine.
I don't know how you do this show drinking that much.
That's my secret, Sal. I'm always drunk.
This is going to be a long shoot.
Break open this Friends Forever bracelet garbage.
Friends Forever, that's a Saved by the Bell thing. You remember that?
Yes. Zack Attack, right?
Zack Attack.
Also, school is a bore. Always stuck indoors. Make it fun. Put it out in the sun. Ultimate Friendship Bracelet Maker Kit.
So what do we got in the box, Nick?
We have some cardboard templates, heart-shaped beads, round beads, safety pins, 3 of them. There's quite a decent choice of colors.
That is a lovely selection.
Joe, could you take care of this for me?
Oh, let me see. Yeah, I got it.
So because of the ebook, we're each going to be using e-devices to look at the instructions.
Beautiful World of Friendship, 20 exciting step-by-step bracelet designs. I feel like I shouldn't do anything too complicated because I'm not bright.
So stick with the stripy. Well, it would be 2 P's if it was strippy.
True.
And it
Oh
has
yeah, because the
stripes.
stripper, it does have 2 P's in it.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to go old school. I'm going surf and arrows. Has everyone chosen their pattern?
So I'm doing 4th thread braid.
This might be so complicated we won't have time to talk about the movie, so sorry guys.
Just 3 grown men making bracelets.
Yeah.
Just to restate, we are making these bracelets to give to each other.
Yes.
Aww.
I got mine!
I should do these.
No! Get off it! You like that pink. You did the same thing with your Calbra.
I do like neon pink.
Should we change all of his colors and see if he notices? Before you start, Joe, are you sure those are the colors you want to go with?
Yeah. No. Yeah. Why? Don't make what? Wait, yeah, no, I had purple in here.
It makes more sense. Alright, we can't do this all day.
My point is to just sit here and just complain about shit. And get drunk. Something that got really glossed over in this film, which is kind of a really big deal, is that Han spent 3 years as an Imperial soldier. When he signs up, he's like, I want to be a pilot. I'm signing up for the military to learn how to fly, even though he did, whatever. And he's like, Han, like, what are your people? And he's like, I have no people. And they're like, oh, well, then Han Solo. I legit rolled my eyes.
Mm-hmm. No, everybody did.
I was like...
that's how he's gonna get the name. Okay. You can't undo that now.
I
thought he was gonna give him a fake one first. Wouldn't it be so obvious? And he'd be like, Han
no one.
Loner.
Yeah, Han nobody.
And then he'd be like, how about Solo? Like he'd give it to himself.
I was like, or his last name could have just been Solo, and it means nothing. The words don't matter.
Speaking of meaning nothing, Kylo Ren's name means nothing. Because Ben Solo is the most bullshit name ever. Solo's a made-up name that was given to him by some head to his dad. And Ben is like a fake name that Obi-Wan used.
This is how Han learns to fly. He's gonna do like an Imperial training program. He's gonna learn how to be like an amazing pilot, and then he ditches. Great. And then it goes 3 years later, and he's like in these World War I trenches, like murdering people, and you're like, are we just gonna gloss over the fact that Han Solo has probably murdered, I don't know how many of like innocent human beings as an Imperial soldier? Or we're just gonna be like, don't worry about it.
By the way, that was always the case, before they wiped the books. In this trilogy, the Han Solo trilogy, this was a great trilogy, by the way, even though it doesn't count anymore. And they took a lot from it. How he met Chewbacca in the military and all that. There's a lot of differences, obviously. What did you think of L7?
L7 was sort of we've come up with this template of snarky android in each movie.
Oh yeah, we have.
So let's Keep going with it.
It was a little too snark, though.
Yeah.
I liked where they were going with the character, but they overdid it a little bit.
I was fine with the overall thread of like. I liked that L7 was a more advanced robot and was kind of like into this like robot, like women's lib, robots lib.
Sure.
That was like a really funny, fun concept.
The reason I mention L7 is because, like, so L7 becomes part of the ship, and that
Yes.
gives the Millennium Falcon a personality.
Wait, we need to take a moment and look at what Nick is doing.
Nick, what's going on?
What?
What's happening?
What's going on?
I need 51.1 inches.
But so, all of the narrative. So I got what I was expecting. No character development for Han Solo. Ironically, the only character development Han Solo had was he learned to shoot first.
I love that they did that.
The ship, the Millennium Falcon, had more character development than Han Solo. You had the escape pod, you had the cleanliness, you had how it got become a mess, how it got an actual personality, how it became such a good navigational system, and also you had a scene in Empire where 3PO is talking to the ship, literally talking to the ship, and he says, I don't know where your ship learned to talk, it has an odd dialect.
Sir, I don't know where your ship learned to communicate, but it has the most peculiar dialect.
And it gives it a little history. That part I liked. But literally the ship had more character development than Han Solo.
Does anyone realize that I've been fighting with knots for the last 54 minutes?
You know what I'm going to do? You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go off the book.
That's not going to work at all.
Yeah, it is. You know why? Because I'm going to make it up as I go along. So there wasn't a crawl. There was no opening crawl. They did the Long Time Ago in a Faraway Galaxy, and then they did a little bit of a intro text. I can tell you exactly what it said, because I hated it so deeply.
I don't remember what it said either.
Let's make that a point, that it's so bad. He doesn't remember, barely remembers, and I only remember because I hate it. So the first sentence is, it is a lawless time. Really distracted me and pulled me apart because I tried to place where the movie was going to fall in the timeline. And I immediately placed it earlier because I thought if it's a lawless time, there can't be the Empire yet. And it took my head to the point that when I got to the end of the movie and Darth Maul showed up, I was still confused. Is this pre-episode 1? I did not know when the film took place.
Really?
Because of that first sentence. Let me know how much of, if this would be a better introduction. Corellia is a lawless planet. Overrun with mob bosses and crime. Anyone will do anything they can do to survive, including children.
So it's localized.
And not only is it localized, but when you say like anyone will do what they can survive, including children, it foreshadows Kira's turn at the end. Like they will do anything they can to survive. It gets down to my fundamental problem with the movie is that it's all style over substance. They cared way more about making jokes of Lando's cape collection than they did about the first sentence setup of the film.
It is a lawless time.
It's a lawless time! I want you all to know, because you're following instructions and I'm not, I'm almost done with my bracelet and it looks terrible. Am I the only one that noticed that they had free-thinking robots that they had controlled to watch computers? You don't need a computer to watch a computer. The computer can monitor itself. You don't need a droid to watch a computer to let you know when something's going on. The computer can do that itself.
Right.
It's a computer. You need a human to watch a computer.
Sometimes, Joe, things are just written poorly.
Listen, I'll be honest. My favorite part of the movie was Han and Chewbacca's character development.
They were great
as a partner. I thought that was the most organic, realistic thing.
I didn't know Han spoke Wookiee. That makes a whole lot more sense now.
That
later
kind
down
of
the
like
road.
half offhand joke. I was like, ha ha.
You see moments on Chewie's face where he sees Han doing something and he goes, that's a good guy.
And that's wrong. And that's right. And that's right. And he's like, and he's iffy on him as a character, but he feels compelled to help him. Legit,
great.
my favorite thing in the movie.
Yeah.
They felt responsible for each other.
The moment I felt he was Han, like it finally did click in, was when he did the doorway lean. He did that a couple times. I'm like, all right, I can buy it.
I know you said that you bought him as Han Solo, but did you like him as Han Solo?
I did not like him.
Nick.
I mean, halfway through the movie, I was kind of like, I don't really care about most of these people.
The movie was kind of this like random filler gap. Were you interested in the Kessel Run? Do you want to know how Han Solo got the Millennium Falcon? Do you want to know how he got his first gun? Well, watch this film and you can find out all those answers and more. It was just like empty answer gap.
Yeah.
It's a movie about how he got his car and how he got his dog.
Yeah.
Ultimately, I didn't mind the Darth Maul cameo, but I did mind that for no reason he just says, we're going to be working together, and just in case you don't know I'm Darth Maul, I'm going to turn my lights on.
Yeah, like, that's what I mean. It was It was completely just a bro moment.
Like
and
if
that
I
was it.
Yeah, if I was having like a FaceTime with you and I wanted to look menacing, we're gonna start a partnership, and then I just shoot my shotgun into the air. Like, I'm a fucking loser if I do that, and that's what he did, and it was just to make the bros go, whoa, bro, you know,
Yeah.
like, that was it.
This is so out of whack. I don't know how my things got out of order.
I'd like to just point out that the drunk guy who has not followed the instructions is the most furthest along in this project.
Yeah, you're just tying random
You're just
knots.
skipping things.
Yeah, I am.
There's lots of references in the movie. They said she was trained in the fighting style of Teras Kasi. This is a PlayStation 1 game called Masters of Teras Kasi. This is a known thing in Star Wars where it's a fighting style that uses the Force, and Darth Maul used it. She probably learned it from him or a Force user, and she might have the Force or blah, blah, blah. I don't think it's going to go that way, but it was a cool little reference because they said it, and I was like, ooh, I have that game.
So this is either a film for either diehard fans or morons, and like nothing in between.
Yeah.
Then that's a bad movie.
By the way, Chewbacca has eaten people before.
They just like don't care. They're just like,
Again,
it's in the film. I
we'll
love it. I want
sidestep
it.
that.
It's there.
Yeah, I kind of stopped reading the instructions and I'm just doing something now.
Yeah.
Off book, baby. Baby.
I mean, the idea of a pattern is there. It's just not quite there.
Nick,
Yes.
in your pointless scale of points, how would you pointlessly scale his points?
What?
I would give this 17 and a quarter out of 31.
So like a 6 out of 10.
17 and a half out of 31.
No, 17 and a quarter, you said.
Yeah, I'm flip-flopping. Give me a stinger to enjoy, but no.
You find it kind of shoulder shrug.
It was meh. Entirely meh.
On a solid scale of Star Wars films, we have 10 Star Wars films.
Yeah.
On a scale of Star Wars,
I'm going to give it a 5, which is right in the middle.
it's about what I would give it. Like, better than most of the prequels, not as good as most of the proper canon.
Is that above Last Jedi or below it?
I would put Last Jedi above this.
I don't think it's a better movie than The Last Jedi. But I left The Last Jedi with an awful, bleachy taste in my mouth. And I walked out of this one with like, okay.
I'm going to wrap this up. It's a ring.
How often would you say that I failed our tasks?
Oh, all the time.
Yeah.
Are you saying you passed this test?
I'm saying I have a bracelet.
Here are the results. As you can see, mine was very time-consuming. I was only able to create a ring.
Mine was also time consuming.
In my defense, the beads take up a lot of space. This is a wider pattern.
And you spent a lot of time talking about this movie, right?
I'm going to give you the victory.
Yeah.
But don't try to convince us you did a great job. I'm declaring Sal first place,
Yeah, no, Sal win. Yeah,
Joe second place, and I'll bring up the rear in third place with my ring.
Till next time.
Be sure to like, subscribe, ding the bell, so you're notified when we create new content, because we made friendship bracelets.
Next time, we will kill live animals.
Or our guest.
What?